Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you and giving you some few advice about how to protect your data and your identity online. Because you may think you know how to protect yourself online, but except you are trained in the art, you wouldn't know because there are some vulnerabilities that hackers actually exploit to gain undue advantage of your data and then use it for any dubious purpose that they want, which might actually hurt you, bring you damage, and sometimes run you into debt. And then the first advice I'll be giving to you is that if you are using Chrome browser actually stores your password, your ATM details. So you want to make sure that you do not let anybody have access to your password. When you use Google Chrome, which is very common that many people use, it saves your password and people can actually access that password if they have the password to your system. And this is how they do that. So if you just come here, come to settings, and then autofill. This is your payment method. It saves your ATM card details here, and then going back, this is your password. These are all the passwords on your system. These are all the passwords on your system. So if somebody click see now, let me look for a password that I can show you. So these are all the sites that I've logged in. These are the Gmail that I use to access them, and these are my password that is stored here. But if someone have access to my to the password of my system, the person will be able to actually get the password to this website. So let me look for a website that I can reveal the password to you that I can use as an example to show you how this works. So let me look for one. Yes, this one. If I click on C now, you see it's going to bring up my system password. It's going to prompt me to put my system password to ascertain that do I have the right access to this. And if I put my system password, it's going to show me the password. You see, it shows me the password. This is the password. Make sure that the password to your system is more important to what you think. It can be the vulnerability that may leak a lot of information about you. And then the second thing is that make sure that you keep your ATM very, very safe. Do not let anybody know the number on your ATM. And you should use authorized vendors when you are using POS. Make sure you use authorized vendors because there are some sites that I can access. I can pay for Grammarly Premium. I can buy something on AliExpress. I can pay for Facebook ads even without needing the password for your ATM card. All I need is the numbers on your ATM card, the numbers in front, the expiring date, and the CVV number, the code at the back, the three numbers at the back. Those are everything that I need to access your bank and then withdraw your money or use your ATM card to buy whatever it is that I want to buy or to use to exchange for whatever exchange I want. So make sure that you conceal your ATM card numbers very, very well. And then the third advice I'm going to be giving you is that make sure you don't use the same password across boards. Many people use the same password for different websites. When you are using sensitive, for example, your Gmail, the password to your Gmail must be entirely different because most times everything you will register for online is actually attached to your Gmail. So if someone actually knows your Gmail, then the person may actually have a lot of access to everything that is connected to you. Because it may even reset your password on financial transaction websites. It may reset a lot of things about you. It may be able to access your health insurance. It may be able to actually get a lot of data and create a credit card on your behalf and then use it for a lot of dubious modes. So make sure you don't use the same password across websites because there are some websites, for example, people that even do cryptocurrency, they register on a lot of websites and then they put their passwords there, and it's the same password that they are putting that is also applicable to the password of their Gmail. They use the same password across board because they don't want to forget. But make sure you are not using the same password across board. Even if you look at it, there are some big companies like Google, Facebook. Sometimes big companies also get hacked and then it leads to breach of data, and then some customers data actually the people they get the hackers get access to some customers data, and then they use it on some other websites that they know that many people are actually on the website too. And most times when they try the passwords and the Gmail, it actually worked. So make sure you use different password across board, and most importantly, make sure you use a very strong different password for your Gmail. And then the next advice I'll be giving is actually make sure you use two-step verification on your Gmail. Make sure you use a two-step verification on your Gmail. Just come to your account setting, come to account over here, account, and then go to data and privacy. Don't go to security. When you go to security, then you can choose two-step verification. My own is on, but your own might be off. If it's not set already, make sure it is on, two-step verification, so that even if someone gets access to your Gmail, it's going to prompt you maybe by sending a code to your mobile phone, and then it's only when that person get that code that it can be able to get eventual access into your Gmail. Or maybe it can send a prompt to your phone, and then you say, oh, is it you? Yes. It will give you another code, maybe 28 or 30. It will give you 3 codes. Now if it is you, press 38, and then if you click on 30, then the person will now be able to log in. But if it's actually an unauthorized person, the person, even though the person knows your password, the person will not be able to log into your website. So make sure you use two-step verification. And it says how to enable two-step on WhatsApp. So just go to your WhatsApp, open it, the 3 dots over here, click it, come to settings, and then click on account, and then two-step verification. And then you can put your email there, so that in case you forget the PIN, you will still be able to get the PIN back. So make sure you authenticate the two-step verification on your WhatsApp as well. So this is my own. I've put my Gmail and change PIN. If the PIN is not there before, it won't tell me to change PIN, but because it's there before, but I don't need to change it. So that's this. Make sure you actually use two-step verification for all the applications that you are using. It's very necessary. And then when you are setting a password, always use combination of words, maybe capital letters, small letter, numbers, and even special character, because there's something called brute force attack. Brute force attack is actually like a program that actually just combines number. So if you use just number, maybe just your name, maybe your name is Charles, and then you use Charles as your password, then you can be sure that when the system actually combines a lot of passwords, maybe millions of passwords, after different combinations of letters together, stringing different letters together, the machine will eventually get your password. Although it's an old-fashioned system, many people have actually, grown beyond that. Many people are now using different type of combination for their passwords now. But of course, it is still very effective. Some hackers still use it. So make sure you use combination of numbers and special character for your password. For example, this brother 212, and then this special character. I use it twice. So this capital letter, this small caps, and then 212, and then this special character. So make sure you use combination of that. And then as well, and don't access sensitive websites with public Wi-Fi. If you then this is actually common. There's something they also call evil twin. Evil twin is like, for example, maybe someone created a Wi-Fi that is similar to the Wi-Fi of the place that you are. For example, you are in Amazon coffee shop, and then Amazon coffee shop has its Wi-Fi, Amazon coffee, and then someone created Amazon coffee too, or someone created Amazon original coffee. The thing behind this is that when you access a public Wi-Fi, and then all the information that you are sending and is receiving can also be accessed through the administrator of that Wi-Fi. So when you input a sensitive password, your security number, you input it when you are connected to a public Wi-Fi, the administrator can then get those data that you are sending out, is listening on the other hand. So make sure that you don't use public Wi-Fi except it is necessary. And even when you use it, make sure that you do not put your password when you are entering do not enter your password when you are using public Wi-Fi, and do not even do not actually access sensitive websites when you are using public Wi-Fi. So make sure about that. And then also beware of phishing mails. When we're talking about phishing mails, these are emails that they appear as if they come from an original source, but actually they are engineered to steal your information, or even sometimes to install a malware like virus on your devices. So one thing you need to be careful about this is that you have to carefully check the URL that is sending email to you. For example, maybe email.google.com is sending an email to you. Make sure the email behind .google is actually something suspicious. Maybe official.google.com, sending an email to you. Maybe there's a problem with Google, and then you now receive an email from Google that, okay, this is something, you have to do this thing, you have to do this and click this link. Be careful about that. So you have to make sure that whenever you receive an email, you check the address that is sending the email to you very carefully, that there's no strange attachment to that email. So you have to be very careful, because if you click any link in any email that is not safe, you've just exposed yourself. It may be an attachment that even resembles maybe cat video, PDF, GIF, and animation and stuff like that, but don't click it. If you don't trust the sender, make sure you don't click a link or attachment in emails that you have not yet to verify the source, because that may be a way to actually expose yourself. And also one thing that's also necessary, that one thing they also use these phishing emails for, is that for example, there was a time where a big company, I've forgotten the name, that actually handle children's toy, actually got hacked. And then a lot of people were actually, data breach, and then the hackers that hacked them actually created another website that looks like that website, and then send emails to people that, okay, update your account details to actually safeguard your account. So when there's actually a case of data breach, make sure that you don't just access any link sent to you anyhow to update your account detail, because when you are updating your account details, you will need to enter maybe your social security number, maybe you will need to enter your date of birth, maybe you will need to enter your date of birth, and a lot of information about you that these hackers may even use to actually reset your password on another website that is well connected to your financial transaction. They might use it to actually reset your password for your bank. This is how they do it. Most times, these hackers, they hack a system not because they just want to show themselves that they can hack, but they hack it so that they can send messages to their customers. And then when they send all these emails to their customers to update their accounts, because when they hack it, the news might circulate, and then people will start getting scared. Then people may start getting scared of their data, that, oh, won't my data be leaked? So sometimes make sure you don't just rush to actually update your account. So they will now send an email to the to customers. And some, for example, if they say Facebook is actually hacked now, if they send messages to people at random, almost everybody will actually have a Facebook account. So this is what happens most time. They don't even know that you are actually you actually registered with that big company, but immediately they hack a big company, they just send phishing emails to people at random, and for people to update their account details. And when you start updating your account detail, you have to put a lot of details that about you there, and they can use it to reset your password on other websites as well. So make sure that whenever there's actually a case of a hack, you are careful, and you don't just actually you don't just start updating your account because of an email that you receive from an unverified source. And most times, even when data actually got hacked by these big companies, use something that they call hashing. Most of your details have been hashed. So you may not understand that, but most of your details have been hashed. So even if they hack their system, the hackers may still not have access to your data. So just calm down whenever there's a case of security breach on any big website or any website that you are using. And also, if you are registering for maybe your airdrops, Bitcoin airdrops, and a lot of these small websites, make sure you don't put the password that you are also using on the password that you are also using on your on accounts that are actually very, very important to you. Use different passwords that are totally different, that is entirely different. So the next thing is that one of the things that make people people vulnerable to these attacks is that they actually look at people's details. They know people that can actually secure their accounts very well, and people that wouldn't. It's actually a game of trial and error for them too. They actually target a lot of people, and then if it works for this one, it works. If it doesn't work for this one, it doesn't work. So one of the things that actually make you an easy target is depending on the type of email you use. People using for example, people use coca at fixitbabe.com, fixitguy.com, a lot of like secondary school names and like all those excited stuff that people use is actually showing that, oh, this one is actually not mature. When we get the data of this person, we can easily use this person's data to create a credit card, insurance, and steal his identity. So make sure you actually use something professional. And also, sometimes this is actually very common. Someone might actually send you a friend request on Facebook, and because the person is a friend of your friend, you might think it is genuine and you accept it. And the next thing, the person send you an attachment. The attachment might look like a video, it might look like a PDF, it might look like anything. And then when you click it, then you may have just exposed yourself. And also, don't reveal sensitive information on websites that is not secured. For example, if you come to a website like this, and then this is Google, it has this thing, it will tell you that connection is secure. If you come to another account, for example, this is my WhatsApp, if you click on this now, it tell you connection is secure. So this actually hypertext transfer protocol secured. This lock is telling that, oh, the connection is secure. If you're on a website that this secure is not there, make sure you don't reveal your password. Of course, you can access it sometimes, but make sure you don't reveal your sensitive data on such kind of website, because a third party may be listening. If possible, whenever you receive a message, an email message, try and always confirm it from, because most time the workplace is actually a place that sometimes you just have to pass deadline. And some of these hackers too, they know about this. When they actually do their research, some of them actually, they research before they try to send a lot of phishing email and a lot of things that they use. Maybe they know that, oh, you are actually in a rushing period, and then you are actually transacting between department to department, and then immediately they can actually engineer an email that looks like the email that you are expecting from someone. Maybe your boss is out of town and want to transfer money to another company. Then they can send a message on behalf of your boss, not with your boss Gmail, but with a Gmail that is similar to your boss Gmail, and then you actually transfer the company money as well. So most times, if it is possible, confirm sensitive information by actually dialing the number of your colleague to confirm if the message is truly from him. And make sure in rush hour, always calm down as well. So that is it for on how to protect your identity online. Thank you very much. I hope this information helped. Thank you. Please kindly like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.